RV owners, how many of you guys know about this thing right here? Well, if you've ever parked your RV and set it up somewhere, you've probably used one. Now, it's really cold in the Midwest, which is a perfect time to talk about these things. See, I'm often advising RV owners not to use space heaters or high-draw appliances for very long periods of time in their RV due to loose connections within RVs. They're notorious in RVs. But something that I do far too often is push most of that blame on the outlets. So then comes the answer is, well, can't I just replace the outlets in my RV? And although that is a pretty good step, upgrading to residential style outlets and components throughout the RV, some of those loose connections start before you even get to your RV, starting with right here. You see this 50 or 30 amp short cord plug that you're plugging into, that receptacle wasn't designed to be plugged into and out of 4 or 5 times a day, or I guess I should say 4 or 5 times a week. Although they were designed for continued use, over time, the terminals inside of there get loose. You ever been to a brand new campground and gone to unplug, and you actually need some muscle to get that thing unplugged. And then some campgrounds, you can't hardly stop them from falling out. That's just because these are very poorly maintained. Some of the campgrounds around me, I actually can't do much about with electrical issues because their pedestals are so bad. So my tip out of this video for you here is, if you are plugged in, after plugging in, give a little bit of a one-finger tug test. Now this one is backing out just a tiny bit, but I'm putting a pretty good amount of force to make that happen. And you can see it only backed out just the tiniest bit. Now, we need to make sure we are fully plugged in. Actually, this one's bad enough where if I play with it enough, you can actually see that leg drop out via that light. Now, why is this important? Now, why is the outlet out here so important to add to the equation? Simply put, you have loose connections at these crappy press-in style outlets. Another point of connection there, I typically find loose connections on the short cord inlets as well. Find them at the breakers, in the breaker panel. And all of those loose connections ranging from this to the pedestal to your short cord inlet create resistance. Resistance creates heat. A lot of that heat builds up at the outlet or right here at the short cord, and you end up with situations like this one here that was almost a fire. So while I often blame this guy right here, there are some big players in that equation as well. It's not just the space heaters. They really need to make RVs better as far as the electrical systems go. And let's be honest, some of the campgrounds can use some work too, right?